So, this match, we just got this match put together 2 days ago on SmackDown. I'm recording this on Sunday, the Sunday before WrestleMania week starts. Tomorrow is Monday Night Raw. So that is when I'm recording this. So if there's any change to these matches during the week, I don't know about them. I'm just going by what the official WWE website has on the docket right now. I'm not using any other websites, no other breaking news sources or anything like that. So this is just what I have on hand. If it's not accurate, then hey. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Now, in the grand scheme of things, Bayley and Lyra have been bouncing back and forth from time to time. So I want to call this kind of a thrown together tag team, but at least they've had past interactions, and they're both presented as something difficult to get around or to beat. So this should be a good match. I don't think they're winning the tag team titles here, though. The Judgment Day has they're having a rocky situation going on right now, and to take these titles off of them, well, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe it is time to take the titles off of them. But gosh, man, is this the team to do it? Bayley and Lyra, they would be very hard to beat. You know what? I just convinced myself. I think Bayley and Lyra are going to win this title, because I do think that the Judgment Day is on their last legs right now when it comes to them sticking together. They're having a very rocky time right now, and if Finn and Dominik can't get the job done a little later on this fight card, I could see this being one of the major breaking points of the Judgment Day here. So I'm going to say that Lyra and Bayley actually do win this title, and the length of a title reign when it comes to the Women's Tag Team Championship isn't very important. I would say they could just... Bayley and Lyra can win this title and it'll be all right. I don't think it'll be too crazy. I'm really glad Bayley is part of WrestleMania. Yeah, it would be weird to have a WrestleMania without Bayley. And I'm glad Liv is on the fight card too. It feels kind of odd that it's not for a world title or anything, but here we are. And this is also a kind of good way to get around having Lyra defend her Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, because I'm not sure that title has enough prestige yet for it to have its own match. Not that I really have a whole lot of... not that the women's tag titles are really sailing that high themselves, but this is a little bit higher of a prestige type of match. So this match right here, I'm glad they put it together, and I'm really glad to see Bayley on the fight card, man. Is this even the bottom of it? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. So that's my prediction. I think that Judgment Day is losing this title to Bayley and Lyra, and then once they lose the title, they'll feud with each other a little bit more or something like that. Next up, oh boy, all right, the World Tag Team Championship is on the line. The War Raiders versus the New Day, or I call them the 2-Day. There's only 2 of them now. I wonder if we're gonna see any involvement from Big E here. If Big E will get involved and maybe cost them the title. I don't know how close or how far he is from actually making a comeback, but they used him to turn the New Day, so I'm not sure if they couldn't use him to also cost them a little bit without him having to get super involved and, physical. But I hope the New Day win this, because these tag titles have been highly... invisible recently. Sometimes I even have to remind myself who's holding these titles, and that's not good. I think that if you see anything about the way that I do my predictions, it's more I'm trying to figure out what would help the show to be more entertaining, and what I think they actually have shown to have a bit more of an investment in with the way that they book people. So I'm hoping the New Day win this. We've seen, even in the very short period of time that the New Day have actually been heels and that have had anything to do, they've been more entertaining. They've gotten more attention. They've gotten they've been out in the open more, and even then they haven't been out in the open that much. The War Raiders have been highly invisible. The creative team has shown that they have no idea what to do with these guys, and to me, I have more faith in the WWE to give the New Day a fun and entertaining run with these tag titles than what they've done with the War Raiders so far. I think it's just get the titles off the War Raiders, put it on the New Day. It's not that I don't like the War Raiders. It's just they've had the titles for a while, and we've seen how much the creative team has come up with for them to do. It's just not entertaining. Them with the titles equals nothingness. So it's not that I don't want the War Raiders to have the titles. It's that I want the War Raiders to have something interesting to do, and they've proven the creative team has proven that they just don't know what to do with these guys. So I have more faith that the New Day will be able to pull something off. So get these titles on the New Day. My prediction is New Day win. That's not only my prediction, that's a spoiler. No, it's not a spoiler. I wish it was, though. I hope it is. I mean, this is, this could be a Raw match, honestly. Especially with how quickly they threw it together. Very, very short build. And, yeah, just get it over with already. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Get the title on the New Day. And hopefully it'll be more entertaining at that point. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Oh, they don't even have a graphic for this. Wow. All right, well, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. We saw a pretty cool graphic on SmackDown. I wonder why they didn't just use that. Gosh, man. Drew McIntyre really got the upper hand on SmackDown this week, but we still have a whole nother week. So I think Drew's winning. I think Drew's going to win. I think they gave Drew the upper hand this week. I think Damian Priest is going to have a snappy comeback on SmackDown the night before WrestleMania. And then I think Drew is taking home the win. I think Drew has been on the opposite end of a win way too many times recently. I think he needs a big win. And I think Damian, he can rebuild after that. It's not going to bury Damian or anything. So I think Drew wins this. Plus, it's a street fight. I think Drew's going to take it to that next level. But, gosh, man, they already said that Damian's kind of like a king of the street type of guy. So they're in his wheelhouse. Maybe they both lose. Yeah, maybe there's like a double down or something, and it's just a tie. I'll say Drew wins or it's a tie. Can you tie in a street fight? I bet you can. They could find a way. It's wrestling, you know? It's wrestling. So that's my thoughts on that. Probably a double count down, or a double both of them can't stand up, or Drew McIntyre wins. Next up. Oh, we got a graphic for this at least. All right, so Jade versus Naomi. Is this a regular match? Huh. Is it going to be a regular match with countouts and everything? You would think this would be one of those like a falls count anywhere type of situation. Maybe they're going to announce the stipulation on SmackDown this week. You know, maybe something else will happen that's so outlandish that they have to turn it into a falls count anywhere. Or maybe it'll be a hair versus hair match or something. Who knows, man? Maybe they'll bump it up a little bit, because this feud right here, I think, needs to be more than just a regular in-ring match. So, gosh, Jade has to win, right? I would think Jade would win. Yeah, this match right here, if it's just going to be a normal match, I could definitely see this being just a SmackDown match and not a WrestleMania match. But the feud itself has been fun, I think. I think it's made Naomi the best that she's been maybe ever. And hopefully Jade's been training in her off time, because I'd like to see this be a very good match, or at least a good fight. If they could approximate the look of a good fight between two girls that are just trying to rip each other's hair out, I'd like to see that too. So either way, this is one where I would say Naomi winning would probably be a very good thing, but I'm not sure they want to give Jade her first high-profile loss right now when she's just coming back. Man, this is tough right here. Because I'm of two minds on the subject. I think Naomi maybe has never been better, but I think Jade is their, you know, she's kind of like a golden goose for them, the way she looks and just her presence outside of the ring and all that. I'm going to say Naomi wins this. I'm going to go out on a limb. Naomi wins. But if they put a stipulation on it, maybe they can find a inventive way for Jade to pull this off. Next up. Oh, I thought he had his arm around him. I thought they were friends in this picture. I thought El Grande Americano had his arm around Rey Mysterio here. This match right here, what a... Gosh. They should just make it... They should make it a mask versus mask match. And then El Grande Americano gets unmasked at the end, and we get to find out who's under that mask. Because I really don't know who that is. It could be anybody. I mean, honestly, this could be anybody. And if the history is proven correct, he's going to be unmasked, and we're going to see the face of a legend. So maybe they're going to make this a mask versus mask match, but that might make it a little too predictable who's going to win. But I think Rey's going to win. I don't think this is a gimmick that's going to last too long. We'll see. I'm going to say Rey Mysterio wins this. It's been fun, though. It's been kind of fun. Oh, man. Now, here we go. Now, you want to talk about a WrestleMania match? This is something right here. The stars have aligned. And I do mean stars. LA Knight's not my favorite in-ring performer, but he does bring that star power. He does bring something more to the equation that... he's got that intangible, that X-Factor type of situation. I think Jacob Fatu needs to win this. I think this, even though it would be a very short title reign for LA Knight, I am the type of person who doesn't really care about how long your title reign is. It's about if you did something during it. Did you make something happen, or did you just hold the title for a while and just keep having like predictable matches and dead end feuds that nobody's going to remember in a week, or a month or a year or whatever? I think that the value of a title reign is not how long it is. It's about who you made along the way and how you uplifted the rest of the roster to make an era. You know, you can't make an era without other people within that era, unless you're just gonna look at, oh yeah, he had the title for a long time. That's in a predetermined wrestling situation. I think title reign length is not as important as the like substantial moments that you've created and the people that you've helped to become something else that makes your fight card and your whole roster just level up. So I'm not against LA Knight losing the title this soon. I think Jacob he's been presented as such a monster. It would take the best match of LA Knight's career here. It would have to be LA Knight's greatest match of his WWE career for him to somehow overcome the monster they've created in Jacob Fatu. And I really don't want them to stop. I want Jacob's reign of terror to start here with this title. He's already had a reign of terror, but I want his reign of terror to start with this title and his United States reign of terror, I should say. So Jacob all the way, man. If LA Knight somehow pulls this out, the crowd's probably going to start turning against him, I think. I think the crowd loves Jacob so much, even though he's got heelish tactics and he's got a heelish nature to him. The crowd, I think that this is a very easy way to start getting LA Knight booed, and we don't want that. We don't want the crowd turning on LA Knight. Just drop the title, put it on Jacob, and then you can get it back later in a supreme effort where like Solo messes him up or something. Next, Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker versus Penta, Finn, Bálor, Dominik Mysterio. Oh my goodness. Wow, man. This is something. Yeah, unless Solo gets involved somehow, but we could do that later. I think crown him now and then get Solo involved some other time. Maybe Solo's jealous, or because we've already seen how Solo will like step in and try to take what someone else's if he sees it. We've already seen him try to take the Ulafala and sparked a incredible moment in his career. So if he maybe is wishing for something like that to happen for him again, might go after Solo. We've already seen the cracks forming between them, so maybe that'll be on Backlash or something. Bron Breakker. Oh my goodness. Look at this, man. I could see the title on any one of these people. Wow. I hope Dominik wins. Like my heart of hearts says Dominik should win this. Intercontinental Dom. Man, but Penta's been on such a roll recently. Finn Balor is just devious enough to try to like pin his own friend to get this title. I really like this graphic they made too. What do you guys think of this picture here? It's beautiful, isn't it? I love the color schemes and everything, and I like how they have the. You see how they have their names, their first initial in the corners with the suits. That's so cool. I like it. I like it for the knees. Judgment Day, yeah, 50% chance of winning, but I kind of feel like it's not because of Finn's attitude, you know? I feel like Finn's attitude is not gonna make it 50-50. I think he diminishes their possibility of winning to like 33 and a third. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for the Judgment Day at WrestleMania. But Penta is the X factor, so maybe Penta will win the title. I think that would be an incredible moment. I think the crowd would love it. Gosh, man. This is such a well put together match here. It's unpredictable, but it's also like there's so many ways it could turn out to be a great moment. I love this. I love this, man. This has been the longest build to WrestleMania of all time. This WrestleMania is actually the WrestleMania that's happening the latest in the year ever. So a lot of people are feeling like this build hasn't been good. I feel like the build has been okay, but it's just that WrestleMania is happening so late in the year that the meaningful moments have been stretched out too far, and it's left people with all these gaps. You know how those there are those bridges? They're like rope bridges, and they have the slats, they have the boards, and you, as you're walking across, there's little spaces between that maybe your foot could fall through. And so it makes the bridge scarier. Plus, it's like wobbling and there's wind and stuff. So those bridges are scary. But can you imagine if the bridge was like missing slats? It's missing boards. Like that makes it scarier and even more shaky and fearful for your life that you might fall through. That's this WrestleMania. It's like the slats are so much further apart because of how far it's been between, going to WrestleMania, that there's just less of a foothold. So I feel like people are feeling shaky about this WrestleMania, and I hope next year we're not waiting this long, because I do feel like the timing is what's messing up the build a lot. But there are good matches like this one, so I'm going Penta, but I really wish it was Dominik. I think everyone's going to be gunning for Bron. Bron's going to be super powerful. He's going to put mad damage on people, but I believe that Finn's jealousy is going to be what costs Dom and him, and I think Penta is going to clean up the scraps of what's left of Bron Breakker after the Judgment Day have they had their teamwork, and they did everything they could to beat Bron, but then they're going to turn on each other, and then that's going to leave Penta to be the one who swoops in and actually pins Bron, and Penta wins the title. And I think that'd be a great moment. And he might be the quickest ever to become Intercontinental Champion in WWE at that point. I'm not sure of that, but I don't know if anybody else has ever won the Intercontinental Championship like 3 months after debuting. So we'll see. But I think that'd be a great moment for Penta. I think the crowd will go wild, and I think he'd be a great champion. And it gives everybody involved in that match a reason to feud with him even more. So we have everything we need going forward, all the way to maybe SummerSlam even, because he'd be able to feud with everybody in this based off of what happened in that match, and then there'd be new challengers along the way too, especially if he wants to be a fighting champion, a workhorse, Still too soon to put the title on Pentagon? I don't subscribe to that too soon stuff. I don't care when it is. I know that like timing is one of the most important things in wrestling. Like if it's gonna be hot, and if it's gonna get people invested, and you've already built somebody well enough, and you know that person is gonna be solid for you, I think you put the title on them. The worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work out, and you just gotta move it to somebody else. I don't prescribe to like too soon. I know too late is a bad thing. Missing that key moment, that's something that really hurts. So I know a lot of people feel that way, and I I'd have to see more examples of it because I don't think there is a too soon. I think if somebody is maybe developing in their career, maybe it'd be too soon to call somebody up from NXT or something. But somebody who's so tried and true like Pentagon, I don't think there's a too soon for something like that. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean, but he's so tried and true. I don't see him as like rookie status or anything. And I think waiting could be a detriment, maybe, because like what else is he gonna do? Just keep fighting people? Just put the title on him, and then if it doesn't work out, then you can move it to any one of these other 3 guys. Super Mario, what's up, man? Yeah, this match seems like a filler match, but look at who's in it. Like, I agree with you completely. It seems like one of those filler matches, but who's in it makes it like, wow, dude, I gotta see it. If there was ever like a oh god, this is a popcorn match, and I don't mean like you should have popcorn while you're watching it. It's the equivalent of popcorn. It's like, it's not gonna fill you up. It seems very like empty, but it's just so satisfying when you get it. You know, it's like, yeah, man, I got this nice popcorn. I'm watching a movie. You know, this is popcorn right here. It's not gonna give you the craziest sustenance and make you feel full all day, but it's gonna be exactly what you need at that moment. And the people in it are money. I hope everybody comes out of this healthy, though, because you know they're going to try to steal the show because of the lack of build to this, the lack of TV time, the lack of just any dominant storytelling in this feud. I think that these two are going to try to steal the show. And I think AJ Styles' career is winding down, so he's going to want to have these standout performances even at this age. And you know Logan Paul is... if there was ever somebody who wanted to grab the spotlight on this fight card, who is it? You know, it's going to be Logan Paul. Gosh, this is anyone's match. I'd maybe have AJ win this so that they can continue to feud. I would like this to continue, maybe to even Backlash. That way we get more of this, and that way they can solidify an actual feud between these two, and not just have it be a throwaway match. Because this would be highly throwaway if like Logan Paul just wins and then they're done with the feud, or if AJ wins and they're just done with the feud. It's not even a feud at that point. It's just like, I guess I'll see you at WrestleMania. Oh, okay, we'll see you there, I guess. They have all of this week to build it up, so of course, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't know what's coming up this week. I'm just going by everything that I've seen leading up to the Sunday before WrestleMania. So if things change, if they do step it up, if Logan Paul shows up at AJ's house or something, or I don't know, if he finds him in a supermarket and they have the supermarket brawl, Stone Cold and Booker T Part 2 type of thing, and they really step it up a notch, and it's my favorite thing of WrestleMania season, then I don't know. I don't know about that yet. But as of right now, this seems very thrown together and not very well built. So they're going to try to steal the show. I really hope that whatever happens at WrestleMania is the start of something and they continue this on. So I'm going to say AJ wins this match, but that Logan doesn't want to let it go. AJ wins. That's my prediction. Big Rude, what's up, man? 15 in a row. I see you. Oh, boy. Here we go. Now we're getting the big pictures. Oh, me, oh, my. Oh, Wendy. Yeah. Logan shows up to AJ's house or something. I don't know. Here we go. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. The women's champion, Tiffany Stratton. What I like about this is they changed this from a title match into like a personal issue. And I wish more stuff on WrestleMania had this same feeling to it. I wish this had this other things on this fight card had the same feeling, where it's more about them having problems with each other and trying to take something from each other than just, I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania for a title or whatever. I think Tiffany's gonna win this, and I really hope she wins this, because if she wins this, my Tiffany Stratton card is immediately gonna be worth $40. So it's gonna upgrade the worth of this card because it's part of the buyback, the Topps Chrome buyback. If she wins at WrestleMania, it immediately makes that card worth $40 in the buyback. So I have a vested interest. Plus, even if I didn't have that card, I'd still think Tiffany should win this. I think Charlotte has... she has a history of coming through and kind of snatching people's shine, snatching their glory, putting kind of like a halt on people's momentum just for herself. But that's the way she's booked. She doesn't book herself, you know. They're trying to create they're trying to create a legend here, and I feel like they've done it successfully. They've created a heelish women's legend here, and they've done it in a way that has created immense heat for her. As we heard during that promo where Tiffany roasted her, the crowd was just eating Charlotte alive, and they weren't trying to hear her talk even. She has a special type of heat that they have cultivated along with her attitude and just her presentation. They've done a great job here. You need wrestlers like this. I know a lot of people genuinely don't like her, but I see the necessity for someone like Charlotte Flair. So I'm down with Tiffany winning this. I'm not down with Charlotte winning this. I don't think she needs any more heat. I don't think she needs another title reign right now. Maybe she can get another one later on. I just don't think it's time. I think Tiffany needs as much as she can get right now, especially because of how timid and touchable she looked at the start of this feud. It feels like she needs that a couple more of those defining moments to really cement her as a top star before they start chopping her down and, you know, making her work for it again and building her back up. I think that this would be a very good piece of Tiffany's legacy, and it would cement her as a star a bit more. I don't think this is the time to chop her down. I think that might be detrimental in a very bad way. So give Charlotte a title reign later. Don't do it at WrestleMania. Not just for the worth of my card, but for the worth of Tiffany and for the worth of just the enjoyment of the event. I feel that would be the best. I hope it's a great match, though, man. I hope nobody gets hurt. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Charlotte wrestles in a big match after her injury here, because I feel like her injuries were very leg related, so I'm not sure if she's going to be doing a lot of high flying stuff. Is she going to be more of like a ground and pound? Is she going to be more of a vicious, technical, mat-based villain, or what? Like, I'm interested to see how Charlotte's going to, because she's had matches since her injury, but this is like the biggest way of proving what her style is going to be moving forward. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on how Charlotte presents herself in the ring. That's going to be an interesting part of this. Next up, oh me, oh my. You know what would be the craziest thing right here I thought of? What if Jimmy's so bad about getting destroyed by Gunther that Jimmy tries to help Jay and he ends up costing Jay the title somehow? Or what if Jimmy saw that his brother is weak, and because remember the story they were telling before this match was that Jimmy was telling him, no, you can't beat Gunther. You're weak like this, man. You need to step up. You know, maybe if Jimmy saw the weakness in his brother Jay, and so he actually sides with Gunther. Like Gunther made him see that his brother is scared of him, that his brother's weak, and that he shouldn't be in his corner backing him up, that he should just let his brother die on the vine or whatever. Maybe that'd be a really, really strange, and well, not strange, that'd be a very understandable twist that would get everybody talking. I think that this match has legs, but I think this is not as it's not as big as it could be. I don't think this is the talking point everybody's talking about going to WrestleMania like it should be. It's the World Heavyweight Championship, you know? I think that would step up this feud a lot if somehow Jimmy sees the weakness in Jay and he doesn't back him up and just lets Gunther win, or even maybe possibly helps Gunther somehow. I think that would be fun. But I think Gunther wins this. I know that it would probably be the end of Jay in a way, but I just don't believe it. Sadly, I don't think he's ready for this World Championship title run. I don't know if he'll ever be. I like Jade, but I just don't see him there, man. They've done everything they can to get him to look like that. I just don't see it. They're probably going to do it. They're probably going to let Jay win. I'm going for Gunther, but Jay's probably winning this. I don't think Jay's winning because of interference. Oh, really? That would be a good way to kind of postpone him winning the title is some sort of interference. That way it's not really his fault. It doesn't completely bury him, but you keep the title on Gunther. I like Gunther as champ. I wonder where you go next with Gunther if he retains the title in a fair and square way. I'm going for Gunther, but I think they're gonna let Jay win this. I think they've done too much, and I think that the people involved know that it's now or never for him. If he doesn't win it now, I don't think he's ever gonna be hotter than this. I've been wrong before though. I never thought he would even be at this level, so it shows how much the machine can do it. I'm saying Gunther, but Jay's probably gonna win. I know that's kind of like a double thing. I'm saying I want Gunther to win, but my prediction is Jay wins. Next up. Oh, me, oh my, man. We're getting up there. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that's a tough one right there, because it's like what I want and what's going to happen are probably two different things. But I try to trust the process a lot. We'll have to see. It's sad to trust the process under Triple H, though, because I feel like Triple H has favorites that he just won't ever let go. He doubles and triples down on people who aren't really working the way that they need to be working for them to be presented as such. So it's don't get me wrong, I like the way Triple H has been running things. It's just there are these outliers. There are these examples of people that you could tell he likes, but it's like it's not working the same way for the rest of us a lot of times. So we'll see. Women's World Championship triple threat match. Oh man, this match. I wish they wouldn't have stretched this out, like the way that they stretched it out and tried to make it look like it wasn't gonna be a triple threat, even though we knew for weeks and weeks and weeks that that's where they were going with this. They played themselves by trying to play us. Like, we saw it. We're not dumb. We know what they're doing. They shouldn't have done that. I felt like that was one of the recent shining examples of them playing themselves to try to play us. Just get it done, you know. Stop. Nobody's that, not nobody, but most of us saw it coming. They should have just cemented it and found a way to make it actually more hype leading through it, not like this will they, won't they, when we know they will. So that's my 2 cents on the intro here. Women's World Championship triple threat match. I think Io retains here. I think that Io has been the kind of like whipping girl in the background, just getting mushed and disrespected and ignored by the other two who have been to the top, and they've held the title. They've been presented as unstoppable. They've been just but I do think Bianca is more interesting now. Ever since the Naomi stuff started with Jade, I think Bianca has shown a little bit more attitude, and involving her in a storyline is what I've always wanted. I don't like when they just put a star out there and they just have a catchphrase and then they just win matches. It's so boring, and it's just shaving years off their career. You're just taking time where you could be creating feuds and memorable moments. You're just putting them out there and giving them matches. I like that at least she has some sort of story in the background and some sort of attitude, and I just like Bianca more right now than maybe I ever have. But I think Io's taking this. I think Io's going to just clean up. I think she's going to run wild at the end here. I think that Rhea and Bianca are going to unload a lot of damage. I think everyone's going to look like $1 million in this match, but I think Io's going to have that shining win over both of these two because they're just not going to be able to put their like vitriolic hatred aside, and they're going to smash. Everyone's going to smash each other, but I think Io's going to traverse the battlefield a little bit more with an adept footwork to kind of dodge the mines and cross the finish line with the title. I think Io retains, and I think both of them end up looking kind of wacky at the end for letting it happen. In a perfect world, that's what I would like. I think Io takes it. Yeah, Rhea has the title so much, and so does Bianca. So I think it's Io time, man. I think that'd be great. Here we go. The main event: Warriors, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins with no title on the line, but I would argue something equally to even more important is on the line, which is the allegiance, the overall allegiance, or the situational allegiance of Paul Heyman. I would argue that that's more important than just a piece of leather and gold. What what a title symbolizes is important, but when you have, you know, a decade of history and just actual disdain for each other at times, just when you have all that on the line, and then you also have a person in the background. I'm surprised they don't have Paul Heyman on this graphic here. I think Paul Heyman makes this match into something more special than just a title match at WrestleMania. And I've seen some of the discourse. I've heard some people saying that this match doesn't feel like a WrestleMania match because there's no title on the line. And to me, it's maybe that's how they feel. But to me, there are things more important than titles, and a lot of that is going to be people's friendships, people's relationships, people's history, people's families. You know, there's more important things than titles. So the way that they've woven that into this with Paul Heyman is very cool to me, and I can't wait to see what happens here. In fact, this is the match that I'm glossing over that I talked about at the beginning because I don't want to spoil anything, because I do think I know what's going to happen there, but I'll say Seth wins. That's what I'll say. Seth wins that match. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Here we are. Oh, me, oh, my, man. I hope The Rock is free next weekend, man. If The Rock doesn't show up here, I'm going to feel a little disappointed with this feud. Like, you have something that should be one of the biggest and greatest heel turns of all time, with this title run that Cody is on. He needs something like this. So I'm glad they finally pulled the trigger on a actually just straight up heel John Cena, bloody beatdown John Cena. Cena wins. This is what I'm saying here. Cena wins. I hope The Rock is free, because I think that you're going to need an excuse. I don't think you want to straight up beat Cody after everything that Cody's been through. You know, beating Brock Lesnar and Roman and all this. I think that you've spent so much, you've invested so much, that there has to be something that causes Cody to lose. I don't think he could just straight up lose versus Cena. Unless they somehow put some, like, you can do whatever you want into this match. Like this week they add a stipulation where anything goes. Then maybe Cena could win because he could use weapons and, you know, bury him under the table or something. He could do all kinds of things. I think there has to be some sort of excuse for Cody to lose this, but I do think Cena wins. I'm going Cena on this. This is another match that I'm glossing over because I just... There's got to be something else, and I don't want to even try to name it. You want Cody? Oh, Optimus, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, I could see a lot of people wanting Cody Rhodes to win this, but I think for Cena's go away tour, because he's staying around till the end of the year. I think for Cena's go away tour to work, him not holding this title and just constantly trying to go after it for the rest of the year, I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think he wins the title, and then he's got a reign of terror and a cool storyline with it. And then we see The Rock here or there. We learn more about why The Rock wanted Cody's soul. We learn more about why Cena and The Rock, why Cena's aligned himself with The Rock. What the heck was up with Travis Scott? Like, then you have a whole like 9 months. You have a whole 8 months to tell that story. Oh me, oh my. Yo, it's Goki. Oh my goodness. Look at this. It's the house that AJ Styles built. Goki, thank you for the bits, man. 80 bits. Making it happen. Welcome to the stream with a dream. So yeah, I'd say Cena wins, and then we get 8 months of really, really cool storytelling with a heel Cena and the whole Illuminati faction of The Rock and them running wild, and you got a babyface Cody Rhodes and whoever else is going to try to step up to knock Cena off the platform and reclaim the title for the good guys. I think that's going to be money. I love having a heel champion on top and babyfaces being elevated into that main event scene to try to clash with them. I think that creates great situations. And then once somebody finally takes Cena off the top, it's going to be an awesome moment as well. So that's what's up. those are my predictions for WrestleMania 41. And if anything else happens along the way of this week leading into WrestleMania, I'll be live on stream every Monday night for Monday Night Raw, every Wednesday for Dynamite, for Evolve. I'll be live NXT Tuesdays. I'll be live during Friday Night SmackDowns. I'll be live on Thursdays, so you guys can stop on by my live streams on Twitch, and a lot of them are on YouTube as well, and talk to me about the events as they're happening. I would love to see you guys in there. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube and you got this far, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel here, and leave a comment in the comment section and let me know your predictions, because I'd like to know. With that said, Gritty Urban out. There you guys go. There's your WrestleMania preview. Good predictions, man. I like them. Thanks, Strange. Can't wait for him to win. Yeah, and his 17th win, dude. I think there's just so much that you can do with the heel Cena that wins the title and breaks the record and all that. And then you could have once maybe Ric Flair is out from under his AEW contractual stuff, then he can be over here like, what? You broke the record now. Yeah, I hope The Rock shows up. What a it's a good card, man. A lot of people are talking that trash about this. I do see some filler stuff, filler-ish stuff, but hopefully the stuff that feels like filler now is their next steps. Because, in a way, WrestleMania is kind of like a season finale. But if you spend everything on your season finale, you don't really have that what if or that like cliffhanger that makes you want to see the next season. So I'm hoping that the filler stuff is the cliffhanger stuff. Like, that's what's not just that stuff, but I hope that's more of what is going to form that basis of stories for us to continue the next season. I see WrestleMania as kind of like a season finale, and if you spend it all on the finale, the next season starts off slow, and you get kind of like that lull period, and I don't like that. Heel Cody, heck yeah, Optimus. One day, I think that day may come, and I think some of this is gonna help. I think we've seen hints of heel Cody. We've seen it happen. Remember when he fought AJ Styles, and it was I think it was the first time that we heard the Cody Rhodes. I think it was in France or something, and remember it was an I Quit match, I think, and AJ Styles said I quit, and then Cody still smashed him with the steel steps anyway. Remember that? That was the first time I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna do it, man. Heel Cody's coming. And then same thing with Kevin Owens. Remember? He tried to kill Kevin Owens. He tried to straight up murder Kevin Owens. And remember, on top of that, he also used the chair when the ref wasn't looking. He used the chair. He hit the crossroads on the chair and then slid the chair out so the ref wouldn't see it and got the pin, got the win. Like, he's done heelish things along the way. I love that they're long-term storytelling, sprinkling the heeldom throughout his run, so it's not so much of a surprise, and they're going to have an epic promo package when he does turn heel, because all those moments that maybe people aren't talking about today are going to come back to haunt them, and they're going to see that, yeah, it was there all along. I'm going to love it so much. I'm waiting on it, man. I really don't care for Cody as world champion, but I do see the end game, and the end game is glorious, man. I want it, and I'll wait for it. That's worth the wait to me. Heel Cody Rhodes on top with he's the actual American Nightmare. Oh, jeez, dude. That's what I'm waiting on. And I'll wait as long as it takes, man. Just please don't make it like 20 years from now. Yeah. Triple H with his long-term storytelling. Sometimes it's a detriment because I feel like he stays invested in certain people who just aren't working. But when he does it for the right people, it's a thing of beauty, man.